Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay. We're back again with, we're doing some of the best picture movies right now.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up on some stuff. We're going to do Dallas Buyers Club first. And it stars Matthew McConaughey and,
Matthew McConaughey. No, wait a minute, what's her name? Oh my god.
man, Hillary
Jennifer
Swank.
Garner. Jennifer Garner.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.
And Jared Leto is in this.
Yep.
Matthew McConaughey plays like a hustler, kind of a con man. He also works as an electrician, and through having sex with a bunch of prostitutes and sharing needles, he gets AIDS. Crazy that you would get AIDS with fucking dirty old prostitutes in a trailer park in Texas and sharing needles. It happens.
Yep.
Oh my god! And it's in the mid '80s, so you know no one knows what's going on with AIDS. They all think it's the gay disease. So it's kind of like when somebody's like, "I got AIDS," they're like, "Oh my god, what is that?" He gets shunned by all his friends. And he starts out as kind of like he's a womanizer, he's a homophobe, he's a racist in a way. And through his own struggles, he eventually becomes a better person. He's more accepting, but he loses all his friends in the process. But they weren't real friends to begin with. You know what? If they don't accept you for what you are, fuck them. So that's the whole movie. And he's just dealing with him having AIDS and helping other people with AIDS.
Yeah, he gets real sick and goes over to Mexico where they have these diseases that aren't approved, or not diseases, but medicines that aren't approved by the FDA. And then, like, even though he's a piece of shit that only cares about himself when the movie starts, I won't say that he really transforms into a great person, because part of him's doing it for money, because he's a businessman, he's a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. Well,
it's a character-driven story, there's no doubt about it. And the thing is it really is like a David versus Goliath story, because it's this guy from Texas in a trailer home, doesn't have a lot of money. Well, he seems like he doesn't have money, but somehow he always got that money because he's a drug dealer on the side. There you go. And he's taking on the FDA, because the FDA, their idea is, we're going to prescribe this medicine for you, and even if it's not good for you, we don't give a fuck, because we're going to make money. And he goes and looks for alternative sources for medicine, and he finds out this works better than what they want, but they're not going to approve it because they can't make the money off of it.
It's funny. And it's unintentionally funny, though. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. I would like to have seen it in a theater with other people to see if other people were laughing at the same shit we were laughing at. Because, I mean, he's homophobic in the beginning of it, and that's not good. I'm not saying that's good or anything, but his reactions to shit is fucking hilarious, because they're all like rednecks in the middle of nowhere, and they're really like, ignorant to stuff and things like that. So when he finds out he's like, I ain't no fucking homo, I'll kick your fucking ass. Seeing Matthew McConaughey like that and just the reactions to shit, it's fucking, I mean, the movie is fucking hilarious. Even though maybe it's not supposed to be at certain points, just his like bigoted, ignorant reaction to stuff is really funny.
Well, he actually portrays that really well. I mean, because like these in the '80s, mid '80s, no one knew what the fuck AIDS was. It was called the gay disease, and that's what everybody thought, that if you were gay, you were going to get it. And so if you had AIDS, you automatically were gay, and so for some reason, you're a closeted homosexual. Come out! It's not the case, and nobody knew that until, eventually more research was done. I get what you're saying as far as he maybe doesn't have a complete transformation. He doesn't become like an angelic being at the end, but he does have enough of a transformation to where he was completely closed-minded. He didn't accept any other alternative lifestyle. He didn't care about other people of color even in some way. Yeah. And then he gets more like, there's one like a touching scene for me anyway, is Jared Leto, who's also he's fucking amazing in this.
He goes hard.
Yeah, he goes hardcore.
They both go hard in this movie.
Not with each other, but he gives him a hug, and the entire movie he was like so standoffish. I mean, they become friends, but he's still standoffish with the fact that Jared Leto is a crossdresser and he's openly flamboyantly gay, like big time gay, and gay is gay, but he gives a hug, and that was always, I mean, it just showed the complete transformation of him, like actually giving up. And there's one scene where he defends him in the grocery store against one of his old like redneck buddies. Yeah, and he's like, apologize to her. I
love his character though. Like he managed to draw that fine line. Like, he's homophobic, he's a redneck, he's a drug dealer. He's not like he's not fucking Captain America. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you like him because the guy's got so much fucking fire. He's got so much fire, and he's so driven and stuff like that. Like, even though like there's one scene in and I won't give too much of the movie away, but he pulls over. He's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I don't care what the doctors say. And he pulls through all this shit they say he can't. And there's one scene where he pulls over in the car and he's holding a gun. He's like crying and shit like that. Yeah. Like, it's actually emotional. You're like, God damn.
Well, and I'll say that. I mean, I don't get. We're not talking enough about Leto. Jared Leto is, like I said, he's a flamboyant homosexual. He's very outspoken, and he dresses up as a woman. And by the way, he looks like a woman. I mean, he got to a point where I wasn't even referring to him as a him. I was like, she's very sad.
He's kind of a pretty woman.
Okay, but that shadow, that eyeshadow does wonders, doesn't it? But yeah, but he really is good as far as his role, and he lost a bunch of weight too, and he looks nasty, and he really gets into this character.
One thing I want to say, you're talking about the fact that he always seems to have money, even though he has no money.
I say he has to deal with drugs.
Like we watched a movie the other day. It's like, why? It was Killer Joe. I think I was watching. It's like, why is it when someone's broke, they always go to the strip club? Like, strip clubs fucking cost money, you know? And he gave the stripper like a 20. It's like, I thought you were broke. But that's just a side note. But anyways, no, this movie's amazing. Like, we got to talk about the transformations of fucking Matthew McConaughey and Zac Efron. It's Jared Leto.
I think that they said that Matthew McConaughey started, before he started the movie, he was like a 170, and he lost, and he got down to 135. And he said, once I got down to that point at 135, that's when people would run up to me and say, oh my God, are you okay? We got to take you to the hospital. He's like, how you go? This is it. That's what he said in the interview. He was like,
the whole movie though, dude.
But he said, he's like, I got down to 145, and people were like, hey man, you feeling all right? And he goes, as soon as I was like, that's not enough. And then he's like, I lost 10 more pounds. He's like, oh my God, you're gonna die. He's like, that's it. He's like, let's film this bitch. You know?
The whole movie though, I was just waiting for him to be like,
he would have broke his rib.
Yeah,
dude, he was so nasty.
He's amazing in this movie, and I sent out a tweet the other day. I was like, it's like Justin Timberlake. Matthew McConaughey is one of those guys that used to hate, he used to annoy you for whatever reason because he was in the chick flicks or whatever it was, and it was like he's so damn good and like driven at what he does that he forces you to like him. Like there was Mud, that Killer Joe movie that came out, his character in Wolf of Wall Street, he's doing True Detective, he's doing all this shit now, and Matthew McConaughey is a fucking amazing actor, and this is his best movie. And he does, dude, he looks so sick.
He doesn't even look like the same guy.
He looks terrible.
He doesn't even look like Matthew McConaughey.
I felt fucking bad.
Well, the thing is, when he's wearing his cowboy hat and his sunglasses and he's driving, I mean, you would never fucking suspect that was Matthew McConaughey. So he probably could walk around Hollywood all the fucking day and no one even know who he was. The thing is with Matthew McConaughey is he's also, I'm going to accept the fact that he's never going to lose that twang. Yeah. I mean, and no matter what, even if he's playing a Bronx, he's going to be like, hey, I'm from the Bronx.
No matter what he does, he sits as like.
And he always got that. You ever notice that when he talks, he talks like this, like he's like shit. It's like his teeth are closed together. It's like open it up.
Which is perfect for this role too. Though. So no, I mean he's a piece of shit character who gets better. You learn more about him. You get all into him, and I loved his freaking character in this movie. Like they didn't go corny, and they didn't say like, oh, he's out to save everyone. Like he slowly progressed into that. And just like he was still a piece of shit, he was doing it for himself. But the guy had so much fucking drive and fire that you couldn't help but root for him, even if he was like homophobic and shit like that.
Yeah, I think it was more of he was a hero of circumstance rather than a hero of wanting to be a hero. Like he like you said, he started out trying to sell it for himself, getting himself better. Then he realized all these other people were dying and getting fucked by the FDA and the doctors and stuff. And he's like, I can help people and make money off of it.
It's a lot like American Hustle. The characters and the acting carried this movie to where it was. And I'll say this: the only bad thing I'll say about the movie is it kind of like as it gets towards the end, it just kind of just like.
Oh yeah, the ending is abrupt as shit.
Yeah, and I don't love that so much. It's not a perfect movie, but it's damn close. I mean, it's a 9.0 for me. It's some of the best acting I've seen all year long, and I would not be upset at all if Matthew McConaughey won Best Actor this year for that movie.
I'm going to give it a 9.0 as well. And then, like I said, the ending, to me, I don't understand. It's like he gets on a bull and he's riding it in slow motion. He looks like a Marlboro commercial. It's like marbles. Like I can just wait, and then he just goes. And then it's like the white text. I'm like, oh, okay, I get your powerful imagery, and I just like, I'm let down. Yeah. But it was still an amazing movie. Matthew McConaughey, out of all the guys that are up for Best Actor, he deserves one too. Yeah. And I would almost rank him. I would give him a #1. I mean, it would be really hard, and I'd be hard pressed to put him over Christian Bale.
But I put some thought into it.
Right now, I would look at. For my running, it'd be Christian Bale or Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, we're not going to do a top 10 of 2013 necessarily, but around Oscar time, we're going to do our own Oscars. Yeah, not going to be like it's not meant to like be like the view reviewers or anything like that, but we're just going to do our own Oscars for these movies, which is why we're trying to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing in Wolf of Wall Street. He please to gods of Hollywood, he deserves a fucking Academy Award one day, but not this year. I'm sorry, man. I love you. He should have won one for Titanic, you motherfucker. He held on.
I hate that fucking movie.
Yeah, well, it's good. It has special effects. James Cameron, the greatest director of all time, did it. So, that's the end of it. Just shake your head.
David Fincher.
Shake that.
Director of all time. But that leads us to our question of the question of the day is, what is the greatest, like, craziest fucking transformation you've seen, like, weight or whatever, like, makeup in a movie? For me, it would be really close between Christian Bale and The Machinist and this. I gotta have to give it to Matthew McConaughey because just looking at him, I felt fucking bad. Yeah. And one actress even said she saw him like at a party and just like cried because he looked so bad. Well, I think this is the most noticeable weight transformation in a film I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would say that too. Matthew McConaughey really takes it up to another notch on this one. The only thing is, I mean, as far as makeup in combination with losing weight and for a role, it's surprisingly for me is thinner. The guy that I'm not talking about when he had the fat bodysuit, but you know when he went all the way down, He's like, I'm being erased. That guy, he fucking looked nasty. Like when he was at the door frame, he's like, they put a cuss on me. I was like, oh my god, he looked like a skeleton. I mean, but anyway.
So 9.0 for me.
9.0.
9.0 for you. Close to a perfect movie. We're giving out all these high scores, but we're watching all the Oscar movies just now, so I mean, it makes sense. So, but yeah, way to fucking go hard, McConaughey and Leto.
Go hard or take it
Leto,
off.
my favorite Leto performance is still fucking Lord of War. What is it, on coke?
My favorite Leto performance. My favorite Leto performance is when he pretended to be a lead singer of a band.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.